In today's video, we're going to go over everything you'll want to know about purchasing a home with cash in Southern Utah. All right, let's get to it. If this is your first time to this channel, we go over everything there is to know about living in Southern Utah. My name is Elizabeth Prisbrey. I'm with Stratum Real Estate Group. If you are looking to buy, sell, or invest here, I would love to help you out with that. You can find my information up here in the corner or down below in the description. Now, according to a recent Redfin article, 34.1% of home purchases in the month of September were made in cash. That is up for about 5% from 1 year ago, and it is the highest amount in about a decade. Now, I can attest to this as mortgage rates are going higher and higher. Most of my clients are purchasing in cash. So I thought it was a good idea to just kind of break down the steps of purchasing in cash, what the benefits are, and what you can kind of expect. Now, as far as being a cash buyer, of course, a cash buyer is somebody that does not need to get a mortgage or they're not looking to have seller financing. That means they have the funds and they can purchase the home outright with their own money. Now, the process of purchasing a home with cash is very similar as far as steps go from beginning to end. However, there are a few key differences that I want to note here. For example, let's say you're ready to move to Southern Utah, you're ready to purchase land, a home, whatever it is, and you have the cash in hand. Or maybe you don't have it in hand. Maybe it's contingent on the sale of another home. And each of those scenarios will be a little bit different in regard to how we purchase that home. But let's just take one example. You have the cash in hand. As far as finding a real estate agent and finding a home that you desire, those steps are pretty similar. However, when we go to the negotiating table, when you are ready to offer on a home, being a cash buyer and having that cash in hand does give you a leg up when it comes to offering on a home. For example, if you have cash, that means that you do not need to go through the loan approval process, which means there is the potential that you can close sooner for the seller if that is something that they are looking for. And the seller doesn't have to worry about you not getting approved for the loan in the end. So essentially, you are the stronger buyer because they know you have the funds to do so. However, if you are offering on this home, you must be able to prove that you do have the funds to purchase this home. So when we go in and we offer on it, before they accept, they may request proof of funds, which means we will have to send over something showing that you do have the cash to purchase this home. So that will be your first benefit in this, is that the seller knows you have the money and you do not need to be approved for a loan. Another leg up that you will have in being a cash buyer is you get to decide if you want to have that home appraised or not. When you are getting a mortgage loan, the lender will only loan up to a certain dollar amount. So they will require an appraisal on that property. They are with a bank. They do not know the housing market like a real estate agent would or an appraiser would, or even you as a buyer would, because you've been going out there and researching the neighborhoods and all of the properties available. So they hire a third-party person to come in and appraise that property. This is why we have appraisers. If you are a cash buyer, you're likely researching that neighborhood and you already know what you feel that home is worth to you and what you're willing to pay for it, so you can choose to forego an appraisal. However, if you don't know that area, if you aren't working with somebody that knows that area well, then yeah, I would recommend getting that appraisal and putting that in your contract. But it's just another negotiating area that you can look for. Now, the third benefit here is timing. You can do this a lot quicker than, say, somebody that might be going through the loan approval process. A lot of times I will have cash buyers that can close within 2 weeks and turn that over. So if that seller is looking to get out, if it's been sitting on the market for a while, then the sooner they can get that closed, the better for them. So those are just a few of the benefits of being a cash buyer that will help you in your transaction. Now, I do have clients that are looking to purchase a new home and they will be a cash buyer. However, it is going to be contingent on the sale of their current home, which means the negotiating powers there aren't as great as somebody that has the cash in hand or already in their account. The reason why this is because they will need to sell that home in order to have the cash to purchase the new home. So if you are a cash buyer that has that money in hand, it's already in your bank and you can transfer it when needed, then you have a little bit more negotiating power in the sense that you can offer a quick close. Sometimes this can negotiate your purchase price down if that seller is really looking to get out soon. However, if you do have it contingent on the sale of another property, then it may not offer you the same benefit as far as bringing that purchase price down. Now, whether you are purchasing the home with cash or you are getting a mortgage on that home or getting seller financing, you definitely want to make sure that you have enough time in there to do the due diligence on that property, meaning getting your home inspections done, checking to see what the taxes might be, or if it's in a flood zone, or how the neighborhood is, and how close is it to your schools, your work, or grocery stores, anything that might be important to you. So you definitely will still want that time period to complete the due diligence, whether you are a cash buyer or getting a loan. Now, once you're done with that due diligence, if you're not looking to get an appraisal, then you can essentially close whenever you are ready to close and the title company has given you that preliminary title report and says they are ready. Now, one thing to note about purchasing a home here in Southern Utah is there can be two different title companies or two different escrow companies. Now, this will only take place if somebody is getting a mortgage loan. If you are a cash buyer, then there will only be one escrow company. So that is something to think about and consider as well. Once that due diligence is done and they're given the go-ahead, then those closing disclosures will be sent out to you as well as the seller so you know what to expect. Signing will be set up and then you transfer those funds. If you are a fully cash buyer and you're not paying off any other mortgages, it's coming straight from your account, then those signatures can actually be done virtually and you can wire those funds on your own. Now, something to think about, whether you're closing with cash or closing with a mortgage loan or seller financing, that home is not yours until it is recorded. So even though you have signed those documents and you have transferred or wired all of the funds needed to make that home yours, it will not be yours until all parties have signed. Those documents have been submitted to the county to be recorded. Once it is recorded, then your escrow officer or agent will let you know it has been recorded and that home is officially yours. So again, the benefits of purchasing a home in cash is: 1, you're not looking at the high mortgage rates that we currently have right now. 2, you have some negotiating powers in possibly getting the purchase price down a little bit with a quick close and no mortgage loan approval process. 3, you can decide whether or not you want to pay the money in order to get an appraisal. There is a dollar amount that you have to pay when you get an appraisal, whether with a loan or cash, that's typically around $500. So that's a fee that you won't have to incur. You also don't have the lending fees that are tacked on when you get a mortgage loan. Overall, purchasing a home in Southern Utah in cash is going to be a much smoother process than if you are going to get a loan on that home. All right, so that was just a quick overview of what to expect if you are purchasing a home in cash in Southern Utah. If you are looking to buy, sell, or invest here, I would love to help you out with that. Once again, my name is Elizabeth Prisbrey. I'm with Stratum Real Estate Group, and I look forward to hearing from you. All right, have a wonderful day.